today. I know it's a really busy time of year, but we have someone we really wanted to honor who has been so good to the community for so many years and done such a fabulous job with everything that he has recorded and all of his writing and all of his support for the arts in this community. So we were trying to figure out how we could really do something for him. And the Institute has never given a Lifetime Achievement Award. Probably will never give another. But we decided we needed to give it to Ron for all that he has done in this community. So Ron, we really do thank you for everything you have done. Now, Phyllis has a few words to say. She has put this whole exhibit together and has been our exhibit designer and was our director of art for many years. Okay.
And a teacher.
Yeah.
When you're 5 years old, you imagine lots of things, but you don't imagine that your neighbor that you play Superman with and all kinds of other children games will also enter the art world just like you did. Although Ron and I have done different things in the world of art, what Ron has brought to us, as Susan said, is he has enhanced the community amazingly by being tireless in the promotion of all kinds of exhibits all over the county, by being a friend to individual artists, by getting the newspaper to publish all of those reviews. And as an aside, the current iteration of the newspaper might need a little nudge because we need that coverage back. And now that we don't have it, we don't have Ron urging us and pushing us and cajoling us into seeing and appreciating what's out there. We really, really miss him. It's true. You don't know what you've got till it's gone. But he has been tireless in that. He has been a tireless pursuer of his own vision. I think that the work that he brought here today really is part of a journey that I've seen over the years. And I just was so happy when he brought it in, how well it came together. And I think it does represent him well. So I've known Ron a long time. When I said we played together, we literally lived next door to each other.
That's right. That's right.
We were 5 years old and out there running around in the grass and fields and, well, you're younger.
Yeah. McKinley Avenue.
McKinley Avenue in West Wyoming. So we do have a very long history, and it's just been so fun to watch each other doing the things that we do.
Absolutely.
And I'm very happy to be part of this celebration with Ron. And I know Ron wants to talk to us. Am I right?
I always do.
See, some things never change.
Here it comes. Do you want to get this?
Yes. Well, okay, we're going to give you the award first.
Let's do
How's
that.
that?
So then you have the community, especially the Institute. And this was designed by Sarah Gibson, who is now our art director.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Very, very apt.
That's part of it.
Open those later.
I'll open those later. Okay.
And Ron, I'm very happy to turn this back over to you on your very special day. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, I was going to think that I was going to wing it, but I decided not to do that. The one thing I decided not to do, I'm going to read from this prepared statement that I made, so it says it better than I can imagine it. So the one thing I have decided not to do is to recite a litany of all the things that I've done over the course of 40 plus years in the arts. I could, but I don't need to. And really what I've done is not about me. It's about you. All of you inventive and progressive folks that believe in the value of culture, of creativity, of community, and the joy of sharing your gifts and your ideas among like-minded souls. I happen to possess a skill or two in art and have been honored with the task of sharing it in print and video, to which I relish and enjoy. And regardless of my primary outlet of having diminished to near nothing, I will continue to do what is necessary to bring out the ideas and recognize the recognition that should be preferred to those that have no choice but to follow their goals, their need to manifest their spirit in the world of things, and to champion those efforts. I would like to bring two names to the foreground. Two names that are rarely, if ever, mentioned in conversation today. And they are Joan Alderici and Milton Helder. Some of you, I am sure, will remember them from exhibiting within the Berks Art Alliance during the 1970s, an artist-run organization with its roots in this very same establishment we sit. These artists were instrumental in my development, not so much professionally as a connection to a museum or such, but as an example that art is a personal joy and a way of individual discovery, of living in the real world by being honest with yourself and others. I enjoyed their intelligence and candor, as well as the shared pictures of dark beer at the Peanut Bar after the life drawing workshops on a Thursday night. But as it happens all too frequently, both of my friends passed away, tragically unheralded and relatively unremembered. And it is with them in mind and others like them that when I was presented the opportunity to write about the art of Berks County for the Reading Eagle, I pursued it wholeheartedly. I thank Marilyn Fox, now the director for Penn State's Freiberger Gallery, an inspiring artist in her own right, for introducing me to George Hatza, who was to become my editor and friend for the next 22 years. I owe them both a great deal. I owe much to a number of people for their trust and friendship, those of whom include James Carroll of the New Arts Program, Susan Bebeck and Jane Stahl of Studio B, Dave Tanner of Albright College Center for the Arts, Dolores Kirshner of Clay on Main Gallery, Jane Runyon of Altogether Art, and of course Susan Rohn, director of the Yocum Institute for Arts Education. I would also like to thank my good friends Peter John Snyder, Elaine Soltis, Bertie Zoltan, Laura Lynn White, Nancy Sarangoulis, Rich Hauk, Robert Metzger, Boots Fair, Karen Palcho, Lisa Eshelman Foster, Michelle Byrne, Patricia Goodrich, and Ted Ormine. Notwithstanding the efforts and generosity of Ginger and Marlon Miller, as well as the contributions of Jerry and Carolyn Halloran, whose unflagging support of the arts has benefited not only myself, but the Goggleworks, the Reading Public Museum, and Alvernia University, among others. I would additionally like to thank and credit artist Lauren Monk, who in New York City, for inspiring me to turn to video, resulting in over 200 self-made videos on YouTube. Hopefully I haven't missed anyone. It's a lot, I know, and maybe I've lived out my time and should hang up my cowl and turn to something else, but I'm not ready to do that just yet. Besides the fact I keep meeting new people and will have, and still have projects in the burner. So with gratitude to Joan and Milton, and to all of you who read my ramblings, I would like to say thank you. It's because of you that I am standing here. I guess we can all go home now.
There's food in the room.
There's food, yeah.
There's food. If you haven't taken advantage of any of the other programs at the Institute, there is a schedule of events behind you. We also have jazz concerts here now frequently, so check that out. Of course, we're going to have shows. We're going to get that gallery, the hallway refurbished and have that as additional hanging space, and that's our goal for this year. As you might imagine, moving a whole institution meant that we couldn't do everything at once, but we definitely have a plan to make this even more of a destination and a hub and a place where art takes place. So the last thing I'm going to say is every single thing in this gallery, there are some terrific bargains here.
Oh yeah.
There's some really great prices, gift giving, don't forget. So take a close look at these things. I had fun hanging the show because it's so diverse and there's just so much. Even in a casual show, I would call this a casual show. Even in a casual show, that there's just, you're like, wow, look at that. Isn't that fun? Isn't that beautiful? Don't you love the colors? So have that joyful attitude towards it. And come back and see us for the rest of the shows. And thank you all for coming today.